Welcome to Beyond the Trailers coverage of the 2014 Academy Awards, getting you all set to watch the Oscars on Sunday, March 2nd. And of course, everybody has their favorites, so be sure to vote for yours in Beyond the Trailers Oscar poll via the link in the video description. Now let's take a look at the nominees for Best Actor.
Christian Bale, American Hustle.
As the only contender in this category who already has an Oscar, don't expect a repeat win for Bale this time around. So why give him a spot instead of hers Joaquin Phoenix, who is Oscarless? Well, industry gossip indicates that the Phoenix snub is revenge for his "the Oscars are bullshit" comment last year. But Bale's inclusion here is the direct result of two developments. The first is that once you win that first Oscar, you become part of the in crowd and are in fact more likely to be nominated again and again going forward. You've been anointed as an important actor, and therefore all your work going forward becomes important. Chalk it up to lazy voting by the Academy, plus it hurts less to re-nominate a past winner who's already ascended the career ladder than push a new person ahead of yourself. The second development is the ascension of David O. Russell from mere director to artiste. It's not so much Bale that's being nominated here, but the Academy giving Russell's American Hustle a nod in each of the 4 acting categories, for the second year in a row after Silver Linings Playbook. So Bale's riding his own coattails, and Russell's.
Bruce Dern, Nebraska.
Alan Arkin, Christopher Plummer, not every actor has to hold out for an honorary Oscar, a la Kirk Douglas and Peter O'Toole. Yet those actors won their Oscars in the Best Supporting Actor category, while Best Actor is a whole lot more competitive. Dern was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, though, way back in 1978 for Coming Home, the Jon Voight-Jane Fonda war romance where they both won Oscars. Dern has indeed been a good Hollywood soldier, more successful than most actors, yet never reaching movie star status. In fact, his daughter Laura Dern is perhaps better known to audiences thanks to her work in the Jurassic Park franchise. And with his newly heightened profile, Dern himself might still land a blockbuster. Quentin Tarantino has publicly taken an interest in the actor, even though he suspects Dern's agents at CAA are the ones who leaked his latest script, The Hateful Eight. Tarantino has therefore put that film on hold, but thankfully not his interest in Dern. Yes, this is a tale as old as the Oscars. Bruce Dern has not been forgotten, and perhaps the best is even yet to come. It's the happy ending every industry professional dreams of, which is why you see older Academy voters playing fairy godmother so often for their peers.
Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street.
As I've noted, this American Hustle 12 Years a Slave matchup is failing to generate mainstream interest in this year's Oscars, despite the Academy and the media's best efforts. But a Leonardo DiCaprio win? That's just what this year's telecast needs to generate some genuine heat, a la Natalie Portman's Black Swan and Sandra Bullock's The Blind Side wins. Yes, a DiCaprio win would turn heads for several reasons. First, a win for DiCaprio would mean a loss for 3 critically acclaimed performances for the ages by Bruce Dern, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Matthew McConaughey. Second, DiCaprio can describe his role as a modern-day Caligula all he wants, yet he'd still be winning for putting a candle up his butt. Although, it's a tactic that has won plenty of gold for actresses. Third, in order to win, that would mean DiCaprio's fellow actors would have to vote for him, and they might feel his coffers are already full with a slew of box office hits, not to mention he's one of the few actors today who's achieved genuine movie stardom, and he's not yet 40. Fourth, no humility card. There's no noble motive to portraying Jordan Belfort on screen, and DiCaprio's been gunning for an Oscar since 2005's The Aviator with all the subtlety of, well, Belfort. What's interesting, though, is that DiCaprio is still coming awfully close year after year, while fellow blonde pretty boy turned producer Brad Pitt still seems miles away. Yet they both bid for The Wolf of Wall Street, with DiCaprio winning. Although they also both bid on World War Z, which has turned out to not only be the biggest box office hit of Pitt's career, but made more money than any of DiCaprio's films since Titanic.
Chiwetel Ejiofor, 12 Years a Slave.
Everybody involved with 12 Years a Slave is sweating. While it initially seemed that the film would sweep any and all awards, that has not turned out to be the case. It has landed 9 nominations, but that's 1 less than both American Hustle and Gravity, and now all those nominations are in jeopardy, with Chiwetel Ejiofor's one of the least likely to pull through. Another year he might have been a lock, yet he's proven to be no match for Matthew McConaughey's campaign skills. More on that in a moment. But even without a win, this is a crucial turning point for Ejiofor's career. And with this nomination alone, he's already anointed one of those important actors I was talking about with Christian Bale. No more 2012 Assault for him. Ejiofor will graduate to a new level of mainstream movie roles and is already rumored for the upcoming 999, which fellow Oscar Club members Cate Blanchett and Christoph Waltz are also circling. But to be fair, Ejiofor has always tried to seek out important roles, just on a smaller scale, such as his breakout role in Dirty Pretty Things or originating the role of drag queen Lola in Kinky Boots, the musical version of which just won the Tony. Yes, Ejiofor has always been an actor's actor. McQueen has said he cast him for his Sidney Poitier-esque elegance, and this Oscar nomination just allows him to do that on a grander scale.
Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club.
We've always known that Matthew McConaughey can charm the ladies, but apparently he also has a way with Academy voters. A big part of award season is campaigning, starting out at film festivals and then moving on to interviews in the industry trades, as well as special screenings and discussions for voters. And McConaughey has not only done every single event, but with that sly Texas smile on his face. Now, a cynic could say he's just playing the game, but McConaughey comes across as genuine for several reasons. First, he transformed himself physically for the role, which is very difficult to do. You can't fake losing 40 pounds, nor can you take any shortcuts. You have to do the work, which is why actors who can pull it off so often win the gold. Second, McConaughey has put years into turning his career around and jeopardized that career in the process. For a long time, McConaughey's bread and butter was romantic comedies. He had the genuine hit How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, plus solid hits Failure to Launch and Fool's Gold. He could have easily continued on that path, or perhaps taken a cushy television gig, maybe even on network television. But no, he started making small indie films that did little box office business. Bernie, Killer Joe, The Paperboy, Mud. Hardly anyone saw these movies except people in the industry and the media. But they were surprised by what they saw, an actor, and began to talk about it. What's more, to fully leave behind his past, McConaughey brilliantly lampooned it with Magic Mike, a role that won him several Best Supporting Actor awards. McConaughey is truly sorry for his mainstream shirtless days, and this atonement? Irresistible to the Academy and Christopher Nolan. Looks like McConaughey is not only set to take the gold, but will star in Nolan's hotly anticipated Interstellar in November. He is truly reborn. And those are the 2014 Best Actor nominees. Be sure to vote for your favorite nominees in the Beyond the Trailer Oscar poll, or use the write-in section to vote for snubbies Joaquin Phoenix, Robert Redford, or Tom Hanks. The link for the poll is in the video description, and you have until February 26th to vote. I'm Grace Randolph, and I hope you'll check out the rest of BTT's Oscar coverage.